The year was 1953. Brooklyn, New York, pulsed with life, a bustling borough teeming with dreams. But in the shadows a storm brewed. A baby boy, David Berkowitz, was born into a world that seemed destined to reject him. Given up for adoption, he landed with the Berkowitz family in the Bronx. They provided him with a home, but young David remained an enigma. He was bright, capable of academic success, yet drawn to the shadows. Petty theft and pyromania hinted at a darkness within. His adoptive mother Pearl provided a beacon of love and stability, but fate had a cruel twist in store. At the tender age of 14, David faced the unimaginable. Pearl succumbed to cancer, leaving a void that would never truly be filled. The loss shattered David. His relationship with his adoptive father Nathan deteriorated. He felt adrift, alone and abandoned. Desperate for answers, he sought out his birth mother Betty. The reunion, however, brought more pain than solace. The truth of his illegitimate birth and the mystery surrounding his biological father sent shockwaves through David. This revelation, coupled with the lingering trauma of his adoptive mother's death, pushed him further into the abyss. The seeds of rage and resentment took root, festering in the darkness. Life after Pearl became a blur of instability. David drifted through a series of dead-end jobs, each one a stark reminder of his perceived failures. The world, it seemed, held no place for him. He was lost in a labyrinth of his own making, haunted by the ghosts of his past and the uncertainty of his future. The comfort he sought in his adoptive family had crumbled, replaced by a simmering resentment toward the world that had seemingly cast him aside. He grappled with his identity, struggling to reconcile the loving boy he once was with the darkness that now threatened to consume him. In the bustling streets of New York City, David became a ghost, a specter haunting the fringes of society. His thoughts spiraled, consumed by paranoia and delusions. A chilling transformation was underway, fueled by a potent cocktail of mental illness and burgeoning rage. Something snapped. The simmering rage within David boiled over, transforming him from a troubled young man into something far more sinister. In 1975, the beast within tasted blood. He attacked 2 women with a knife. One survived, the other, he believed, perished. His weapon of choice soon shifted. A .44 caliber revolver, a tool of ultimate power, became an extension of his twisted will. It was a tool that promised to silence the voices in his head, the voices urging him toward violence. The Son of Sam was born. The summer of 1976 saw the true emergence of this malevolent entity. On July 29th, Jody Valenti and Donna Lauria, 2 friends enjoying a late-night chat in a parked car, became the first victims of his reign of terror. The shots rang out in the dead of night, shattering the stillness and sending shockwaves through the city. News of the murders spread like wildfire. Fear seeped into the very fabric of New York City. The seemingly random nature of the attacks, the cold-bloodedness of the killings, left the city paralyzed with fear. The city that never slept was now haunted by a specter of its own. Couples, once eager to steal a kiss in the shadows, now lived in fear of the dark. Parks and secluded spots, once havens of romance, were transformed into hunting grounds for a predator who seemed to vanish into thin air. The Son of Sam had cast a long, dark shadow over the city. With each passing attack, the body count grew. Carl Denaro, Donna DeMacy, Joanne Lamino, Christine Freund, their names, forever etched in the annals of New York's darkest chapter, became synonymous with terror. The Son of Sam wasn't just a killer, he was a phantom, a nightmare made flesh. Section 5. Whispers in the Dark. The media frenzy surrounding the Son of Sam case was unlike anything the city had ever seen. Newspapers ran daily updates, their headlines screaming in bold letters about the latest attacks. The Son of Sam wasn't just a killer, he was a media sensation, his every move scrutinized, analyzed, and debated. Rumors and speculation filled the void left by concrete information. Was he a lone wolf, or part of a larger conspiracy? What drove him to commit such heinous acts? Every theory, no matter how far-fetched, found an audience desperate for answers. The pressure mounted on the NYPD with each passing day. The city held its breath, waiting, watching, praying for a break in the case. Mayor Abraham Beame assembled a special task force, dedicating hundreds of officers to the hunt for the Son of Sam. The city was determined to bring this nightmare to an end. Section 6. A City on Edge. The summer of 1977 descended upon New York City with an oppressive weight. The heat was stifling, but it was the fear that truly choked the city. The son of Sam had become an unwelcome guest at every dinner table, a chilling topic of conversation in every bar and bodega. The city's vibrant nightlife, once a source of pride, dimmed. Couples were afraid to venture out after dark, wary of becoming the next victims in the son of Sam's twisted game. The streets, once teeming with life, took on an eerie silence. The fear was palpable, a living, breathing entity that permeated every corner of the city. Parents kept their children close, their eyes scanning the streets for any sign of danger. The city that never slept was now plagued by nightmares. Section 7. A Glimmer of Hope. Even in the darkest of times, hope finds a way. As the son of Sam's reign of terror continued, investigators caught a break. A letter, penned by the killer himself, surfaced. Addressed to Jimmy Breslin, a renowned columnist for the Daily News, the letter was a chilling window into the mind of a madman. Filled with rambling prose and bizarre pronouncements, the letter confirmed what many had suspected. The son of Sam craved notoriety. He reveled in the fear he instilled, the power he held over an entire city. But within the darkness of his words there was a glimmer of hope. The letter, with its distinctive handwriting and bizarre misspellings, offered investigators a tangible lead. Forensic experts pored over the document, searching for any clue that could lead them to the elusive killer. Section 8. The Walls Close In. On July 31, 1977, the son of Sam claimed what would be his final victims. Stacy Moskowitz and Robert Violante, a young couple parked near a Brooklyn park, were ambushed in a hail of bullets. Stacy tragically lost her life, while Robert sustained devastating injuries, including blindness. This time, however, the son of Sam didn't vanish into the night. Witnesses came forward, their accounts painting a clearer picture of the elusive killer and his escape vehicle. Among them was Cecilia Davis, a young woman who had noticed a suspicious man lurking near a ticketed car shortly before the shooting. The police finally had a solid lead. They focused their efforts on tracking down vehicles that matched the description provided by witnesses. The net was closing in. Section 9. Capture and Confession. The break in the case came when a parking ticket led investigators to a yellow Ford Galaxy registered to David Berkowitz. The car was located near his Yonkers apartment, and a search warrant was quickly obtained. On August 10, 1977, the nightmare ended. As Berkowitz exited his apartment building, a team of detectives moved in, guns drawn. There was no struggle, no dramatic standoff. The man who had terrorized New York City surrendered without a fight. Inside Berkowitz's apartment, investigators discovered a chilling arsenal: the .44 caliber revolver used in the attacks, maps marked with crime scenes, and more rambling letters. The evidence was overwhelming. David Berkowitz, the quiet postal worker, was unmasked as the son of Sam. Section 10. The Trial of a Monster. The trial of David Berkowitz was a media spectacle. The eyes of the world were on New York City as the man who had held it hostage in fear faced justice. Despite his lawyer's attempts to mount an insanity defense, Berkowitz, in a shocking turn of events, pleaded guilty to all charges. He confessed to his crimes in chilling detail, his words sending chills down the spines of those present in the courtroom. The motive, he claimed, stemmed from demonic voices that commanded him to kill. Voices he believed emanated from his neighbor's dog, Sam. On June 12, 1978, David Berkowitz was sentenced to 6 consecutive terms of 25 years to life in prison. The judge, Justice Joseph Corso, called his crimes cruel, monstrous, and inhuman. Section 11. Legacy of Fear. David Berkowitz's reign of terror may have ended in a Queens courtroom, but the scars he left on New York City ran deep. The Son of Sam case remains one of the most infamous and chilling chapters in the city's history, a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most vibrant metropolis. The case sparked widespread panic and paranoia, forever altering the way New Yorkers viewed their city. It led to changes in law enforcement tactics and a renewed focus on criminal profiling. But perhaps most importantly, it served as a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder that monsters can hide in plain sight, their true nature concealed behind a veneer of normalcy. Today, David Berkowitz remains incarcerated, his name forever synonymous with terror. The son of Sam, a creature born of darkness and despair, continues to haunt the collective memory of a city forever marked by his crimes.